Are you tired of wasting days just endlessly scrolling on AliExpress or Alibaba just to find products that everyone has already seen? Or perhaps you've been told to use softwares like AdSpy or AutoDS and literally not gotten anywhere. Look, I've been there myself, just spending what feels like weeks and weeks on ineffective product research and just felt like I didn't get anywhere. But after a lot of trial and error, I finally came up with a method that allows me to find high converting products that actually makes real money. And this strategy also allows me to get in early before everyone else does. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you the entire strategy from A to C of how I find winning dropshipping products that has allowed me to make $1.5 million in the last couple of years. And I'll tell you everything from what makes up a good product, the very foundation of it, to how I found the products, and then also how I validate them to make sure that they're actually sellable and can make me good money. So if you're ready to stop wasting time and actually finding high converting dropshipping products, then stick around and watch this video. Before we get into it, if you're new to the channel, let me just introduce myself. My name is Rasmus. I run a marketing agency, and then I run dropshipping stores with my business partner, where we start dropshipping brands and then sell them to random strangers on the internet after we're done with them. If you're looking to get help with dropshipping, I have a one-on-one mentorship that you can apply for with the link down in the description. And if you find some value in this video, I would highly appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions, so leave them down below and I'm happy to help you out with anything. But with that being said, let's get straight into the video. So first things first, I just want to tell you what most people are getting told by all these gurus that you see online. Really, they're getting told one of two things. Either they're getting told to just go on Alibaba, go on AliExpress and find some products there. But the thing is, it's not efficient at all. You can literally spend what feels like weeks and weeks on that platform or not find anything. And also, it's very hard to see new trending products. A lot of the time, a lot of the products you will see there are actually old products that have already been saturated for years and years and years. But you don't know that because it seems like they're just trending now. So you don't really get an insight into what is actually moving in the market right this second. The second option that you're usually getting told is to use softwares like AdSpy, AutoDS, all these different tools that allows you to either spy on ads or find suppliers, and then they will tell you like what is trending right now. But it doesn't work either. The other issue with this is the suppliers. So the supplies here, they're usually not very good. They're more expensive. The shipping times are worse or the same as if you just found a random supplier in China. And then also, you can't form any connection with these suppliers. You're literally just a number in a long queue of people trying to sell this product that's not going to sell at all. And these were the exact same issues that I experienced when I first got into dropshipping. And so I developed this new strategy for myself that just works way better for me. It completely bypasses all the softwares. You don't need to look at AliExpress really, only towards the end. And I'll explain everything for you now. And it can be broken into 3 different categories. First, we need to look at the product features. So before we actually start searching for a specific product to sell, we need to understand what is it actually that makes a product sellable? What is it that makes consumers tick? And what is it that makes you actually drive revenue? So we can put the product features into 3 different categories. So the first thing that makes a good product is that it needs to solve a problem. You need to actually solve a real life issue that people are experiencing. So for example, clothes or jewelry, stuff like this, it doesn't solve anything. It's just fashion. So you can immediately disregard that, for example, and you need to solve something really specific. Second of all, it needs to have a wow factor. A wow factor essentially can be boiled down to it needs to catch someone's attention. So it needs to have some sort of virality component to it that makes people stop and actually watch your ads. And so when it comes to the product, this is essentially what makes people stop on the feed and then click your ad because they're intrigued by the product because of the wow factor. A wow factor could be either that it has, for example, a light feature or that it's just really satisfying to watch. Those are like 2 good things that you can try and look for in a product next time you're trying to do some product research. And then third and lastly is that it needs to have a high perceived value. So let me give you an example. If we're talking about a teddy bear, for example, that doesn't have a very high perceived value. No one really thinks like, oh, this teddy bear is like worth a lot of money. But if you have that same teddy bear, but now it has some technology and some light built into it, maybe it makes a sound and also has some light on the chest, that was a product I sold, suddenly it has a much higher perceived value and you can sell it for way, way more. So try to look for products that has a high perceived value. It can either be through technology, it can be through some features, it can be through just the pure size of it, for example. Now also keep in mind, size does usually increase. Shipping cost is very, very heavy. Just having a bigger product means that it seems to people that it's worth way more. So now that we know what a winning product looks like, we can now go and try to find them. And here I want you to go to the Meta's ads library. And if you didn't know, Meta ads library actually allows us to use filters. And this is not something that a lot of people are using, but we're gonna use that to our advantage. So first off, go to the Meta ads library and put the language to English and the country to the United States. Next up, you're gonna filter for all the active ads, and you're only gonna filter for video ads. Usually dropshippers, you're running video ads, so this is a good way to just filter out what other actual legitimate brands are running in terms of advertising. But the key part to this strategy is actually at the very, very bottom of this filter list. So you'll see something called first seen and last seen. Here, you're gonna put the first seen filter to 15 days ago and the last seen filter to 5 days ago. This means that you're now filtering out all the ads besides those that have been running for the past 15 to 5 days. The reason we do this is because it allows us to find the sweet spot for the dropshipping sellers, because if they've been running it for more than 5 days but less than 15, it usually tells us that it's working well and they're just started scaling. You can't scale that much in 2 weeks. But also, if it didn't work at all, they would have killed it within the first 2 to 4 days, and so you're filtering out all the bad ads essentially. So now that we found a product that matches all the 3 things that we're looking for in a winning product, and we've made sure that we found an ad for a product that's been running for the past 5 to 15 days, now we're onto something. Now we need to make sure that we're not selling something that's already saturated. So what I want you to do now is I want you to go to that specific advertiser and look at their ads and look at their Facebook page. For their Facebook page, you want to look for their total likes, their followers basically on their page. What you're looking for here is that it's less than 1,000 followers. This just means that they've not been selling for a long time. Next, you want to go to their ads library and see how many ads they're running. Here, you want the total number to be somewhere between 30 to 150. This basically just means that they're done with testing, they found some success, but they haven't scaled up enough yet that they're a huge competitor to you. This way, you avoid getting into a red ocean market and you can compete with smaller competitors that are not too far ahead of you. So now that we found a product and we've seen one competitor and we can kind of determine that this product is kind of starting to pop off, now we want to validate and see how well this product actually is in the global market. This allows us to make sure that the product we're about to sell isn't too saturated and we actually go in and make some real money. And so there's 2 things you want to do here. First, I want you to go into AliExpress and I want you to search for that specific product that the competitor you found is selling. Here, you're looking for the total order volume. And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the top listings and you're gonna combine all the orders together. And here you're looking for a number that's at least less than 10,000, ideally 2,000. That's sort of the sweet spot where you've made sure that other people have tested it for you. They're starting to see some success, but it's not too late where you're flooded with competitors and you're going into a red ocean market. So once you validate the product inside AliExpress, now you can take that product title and put straight back into the Meta ads library. So go to Meta ads library, put in the product title, and here you'll be able to see all the competitors that you're up against. Here you're just looking to see like how big is the market, how many am I up against, but you can also find leverage. So for me, for example, I've had products before where I could see I had some competitors, but I could also see that their websites, for example, were super bad. And so if I could come in with the same product but a much better website, now suddenly have leverage and I can capture much more market share and scale up more rapidly. And so with this strategy, this allows you to validate a product very detailed, and then you're basically ensured that once you find a product that matches all these criteria, you're basically guaranteed success. And so guys, that pretty much sums up today's video. I hope you got some good value from it. Again, if you're new to dropshipping or you want to just get better results, I have a one-to-one live mentorship that you can apply for. There's a link down in the description. And if you have found some value in this video, I would highly appreciate it if you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. But with that being said, that sums up today's video, guys. I'll see you next one. Take care. Bye.